And we are back with the Warriors of the Year here on Fantasy Insider, proudly brought to you by NBA.com. That man, Dennis Scott. I am Rick Kamla, and we are back with the Warriors. But first, we have to talk about the Warrior Game of the Year. It was last Friday in Charlotte. Bucks, Bobcats went to overtime. You had Andrew Bogut with a bad back getting 7 blocks. You had Carlos Delfino returning after getting stepped on the head by Udonis Haslem. And you also had John Salmons taking a shot to the eye, getting a Band-Aid and all that, coming back and dropping stuff. Let's show you some of what they did in this game. Talk about the toughness of these Bucks.
Well, the Bucks proved all year long that when your coach is tough, it kind of spills off to the team, and then they've kind of stepped up and proved they're tougher.
Very, very good point on that. Skiles has had much to do with the warriorness and the overall play of these Bucks. Obviously, he might win Coach of the Year. But the Warrior performance from that game that we really need to blow up and talk about, Steven Jackson. And I got to say his name that way because you just got to be tough when you talk about this guy. It was a joke what he did on Friday. It was a joke. It was stupid. It was like Jordan against the Jazz back in the finals with the flu. This guy literally on one leg hurt his elbow during the game. 32 points, 3 blocks, leads his team to victory.
Coach, I can get it done. I know I have this huge softball on my elbow, but we got to get to the playoffs. I'm playing.
And you see him right here. Played again Saturday against Chicago. Played the Wednesday game when he was hurt. The Saturday game, he actually got pulled from that game. Steven Jackson now has 4 injuries. Not 2, not 1. 4. We'll have more on him in the championship week advice segment. But congratulations, Steven Jackson. You win the final ZO for Warrior of the Week in the final week that we're clocking this kind of thing. So right now we move on to the updated standings and the final standings for Warrior of the Year. Kobe Bryant wins. Brandon Roy, number 2. Don't sleep on him. LeBron and Darren Williams battled through Knicks and Nets all year. Raymond Felton, Steven Jackson, Chris Paul, Lou Williams come in. They won Warrior of the Week twice to get those 10 points. You get 5 points for winning the weekly award. Antoine Jamison and Gerald Wallace deserve a big hug as well.
No question about it. Start with Kobe Bean. He's a champ. But I want to give Lou Williams a little love, too. If I recall, he hit him something alone and he couldn't talk and he got an elbow on the jaw. Yeah, so I got to give him a little love, too. That was tough.
That was real tough. He played a whole game with a broken jaw. Yeah. And we got to give a lot of love to the Bobcats. Check it out. Felton, Jackson,
3 guys.
Wallace.
Yes.
They're playing the right way, Dennis.
That means they're running through walls for their coach,
Larry Brown.
And their owner, his airness.
And Kobe Bryant is running through walls for Dr. Jerry Buss.
Yes.
And congratulations to the great doctor. If those reports are true, he's going to the Hall of Fame. Very deserving. Now, this is what I think Buzz killed Kobe's MVP hopes. Breaking his finger in that collision with Corey Brewer.
Now, I think you're right. I think being banged up and missing that stretch of games there before the All-Star break and a few right after, I think, brought him down some.
Now, he had the back injury here against the San Antonio Spurs. It was a fan night game. The next night against Dallas, he hit the game-winning shot. Here, against the Philadelphia 76ers, Elton Brand rolls up on his ankle, but he played through it.
Played right through it. Tough. One of the best to ever do it. One of the best closers in the game. But the bottom line is he brings it every night and plays through it. And we talked about earlier, unless the doctors say you cannot play, but then again, I don't think Kobe listened to that either.
Jim Miller, our producer, is telling me that it is official. Jerry Buss will be a Hall of Famer enshrined in September. That is awesome news. Congratulations. And you saw Kobe re-injuring that ankle in that game against the Charlotte Bobcats. It has been magnificent what Kobe Bryant has done in terms of injuries. We're not surprised.
Not at all.
We're not surprised, but yet we document it, and he wins Warrior of the Year. Now, Warriors don't just play hurt.
Right.
Warriors win battles on the battlefield.
That's right.
And so let's show what Kobe the Warrior has done in terms of inflicting pain on others. How about a look at all of his buzzer beaters?
Off 1 foot. He said on our network that that's the only shot he hadn't practiced out of all his buzzer beaters. I said, you're so good.
He called it lucky, too, when he first did it.
Yeah, I said, you're so good.
And there's Sergio Rodriguez going, like he's falling into a swimming pool.
You're supposed to communicate on the screen.
Over great defense from Ray Allen.
Great defense, better shot.
Against Memphis, and this was after his long layoff.
And you never go under a screen when you're chasing a shooter.
Thank you. Thank you. Very good point. And then against Toronto, and this one just made him mad.
Help! That's what we're supposed to yell for. Help! Help! The Black Mama's loose.
Kobe Bryant, thank you for an unbelievable season of playing through injuries and hitting these daggers and being a consistent fantasy guy all year. We really, really appreciate it. And we appreciate all you watching and staying with us through the break. Because when we come back, Chris Webber, via phone, will be here chatting with us about fantasy.
C-Dub, the original 2010 guy.
The original 2010 5 guy.
Yeah, 2010 5.
2010 5. Webb in the house next.